I'm Bill Smith, President of WILLIG. Welcome to this week's edition of WILLIG Facebook Live during the COVID-19 pandemic. This week, as of today, 1.3 million Americans will have been confirmed to have had COVID-19. 77,000 of our citizens will have died by the end of the day today. Many of those who died were essential workers who contracted COVID-19 by exposure at work. Many states are in the process of reopening. These infection numbers and death numbers will continue to rise. Here at WILLIG, we continue to advocate for workers' comp coverage for those workers under state workers' compensation acts, federal workers under the FECA laws, and for longshore and harbor workers under the Longshore Act. California this week became the 13th state to enact a presumption to cover workers who contract COVID-19 on the job. This was done by executive order of Governor Gavin Newsom. Of course, as we've seen in many other states, we're going to see pushback about this for those people who don't want to see these essential workers covered when they suffer these devastating injuries and illnesses on the job. Meatpacking plants, as I've talked about from week to week, continue to be hotbeds for infections and deaths. These plants were ordered to be opened under the Defense Production Act by President Trump. The Department of Labor still has not put in mandatory safety guidelines for these workers. Even more troubling is we're hearing national lawmakers talk about providing immunity to these plants and employers when they reopen. I heard one scholar today say, employees across the country are facing a choice of going to work and risking their lives, or staying at home and risking their jobs and unemployment benefits. If these immunity measures were to pass, families would lose loved ones, be saddled with enormous medical bills, and have no legal remedy. This cannot happen. WILLIG Warriors, I'm counting on you to continue to help this fight. Now, a few housekeeping measures. On May 14th, next week, next Thursday at 11 o'clock, there'll be a Zoom coffee hour for WILLIG members. This will be a continuation of the Zoom meetings that we've had. It's a chance for you to come in and talk to other members, get great ideas, focus on employee morale, how to reopen your office, how to deal with mental health issues for you, your clients, your employees, and talk about ways to handle COVID cases. It's pretty much a free-for-all. You can ask any question and somebody there will have a great idea or a great point to make. I'd also like to talk to you for a second about Transformations, one of our partners. They're planning some webinars for us to focus on mental health and substance abuse issues that our members may be facing or their clients may be facing. We really appreciate what they're doing, and there'll be more details coming pretty soon on that. There are other webinars coming up. On May 19, Tavish Group, Dara Fitzpatrick, is going to be doing a seminar on technology and going back to the office. On May 21st, Alvaro Araz is going to do, Alvaro is a good friend of ours, and he's with 3A Law Management. He's going to be doing a seminar on how law firms can protect and maintain, how law firms can pivot and maintain their momentum. On May 27th, Malcolm Crosland, along with Jeff Adelson, Brian East, and Bryn Spetzius will be doing another webinar on returning to work after a pandemic shutdown. This will focus on employee rights and employer responsibilities. All of these webinars are designed to give you great information and to help you a lot. I want to touch again about our WILLIG convention, a 2020 WILLIG convention celebrating WILLIG's 25th anniversary. This is set for October 5 through 7 at the Fairmont Princess in Scottsdale, Arizona. Brochures will go out this week on this, and it looks fantastic. Please go ahead and make your reservations, register for the conference. As I mentioned before, There will be an online presentation of this. You will be able to see this online if you can't make it out there, or if we are forced to have a remote convention. We're counting on the fact that that won't be the case. We're all looking forward to it very much. Another part of that I would like to mention to you is if you've been practicing for less than 15 years and you'd like to come, you'd like to learn some stuff, apply for the Ingrid and Gerald Rosenthal Leadership Scholarship. Jerry Rosenthal is a long-term member of Willard. Jerry's retired now, but he still stays very involved. And he's funded a scholarship fund for lawyers who are in practice for less than 15 years, and it will pay up to $2,500 of the expense. One of these is given per year. If you're interested, apply. We'd love to have you come join us and get more involved in Willard. Finally, I'll mention to you that our magazine, Workers First Watch, will be coming out next week. Workers First Watch is a great magazine. It gives you all sorts of information, and it's going to be published online this year, and it's going to go to a lot more people. We're excited about it coming out, and so be on the lookout for that next week. As always, stay safe, keep up the fight, Willard Warriors, and I'll talk to you next week.